Presented by Cursed by the Witch. Warning: use headphones before listening to horror podcast story.
The Mirror That Lies is a deeply unsettling horror story that plays on the fear of distorted reality, trust in one's own senses, and the chilling concept that mirrors might not just reflect what we see, but something more sinister. The story revolves around Emily, a young woman who inherits a mysterious antique mirror that begins to warp her sense of reality and drag her into a terrifying alternate world, where nothing is as it seems. The mirror serves as a portal to a twisted version of her life, showing Emily glimpses of things that have happened, things that could happen, and things that should never exist. As the boundary between the reflection and reality blurs, Emily's mind is pushed to the brink, and she must confront a horrifying force that lies beyond the glass, waiting for her to make one wrong move. Part 1. The Inheritance of the Mirror. The story begins with Emily receiving an unexpected inheritance after the death of her great-aunt Gertrude, a reclusive woman with no other known family. Among the items left to her is an old, ornate mirror with a gilded frame, covered in intricate, swirling designs. The mirror, though beautiful, feels oddly out of place, and something about it makes Emily uneasy. She remembers her aunt's home being dark and cold, filled with odd trinkets and antique furniture, but the mirror had always been the centerpiece of the parlor. Her friends, Sarah and Jack, try to reassure her that it's just a piece of furniture, but Emily can't shake the feeling that there's something off about it. The moment the mirror is hung in her apartment, strange things begin to happen. At first, it's subtle. Glances in the mirror show things slightly out of place, reflections that don't quite match reality. She'll catch herself moving when she hasn't moved, or notice objects in the mirror that aren't really there. One evening, Emily notices something far more disturbing. As she walks past the mirror, she catches a glimpse of someone else standing in her reflection. Just for a second, a figure in the background, watching her. When she turns around, there's no one there. Part 2. The Distorted Reflections. As the days go by, the mirror's behavior becomes more erratic. Emily starts seeing reflections of events that haven't happened yet. She watches in horror as her reflection drops a glass, only for it to happen a few minutes later in reality. Other times, the mirror shows her something slightly different from what's actually happening in the room, like her reflection smiling when she's not, or someone standing behind her that vanishes when she turns. The most disturbing moment comes when Emily sees her reflection standing still, staring back at her with cold, empty eyes, even as she's moving around the room. The reflection doesn't mimic her movements, it just watches her, expressionless and detached. Terrified, Emily tries to get rid of the mirror, but no matter where she moves it, the strange phenomena follow. She even tries to cover it with a sheet, but the feeling of being watched never leaves. At night, she begins to hear whispers coming from the direction of the mirror, soft, unintelligible voices that seem to be calling her name. Sarah and Jack start to worry about Emily's mental state, especially when she tells them about the mirror. They dismiss her concerns as paranoia or stress, but she knows that something is terribly wrong. Desperate for answers, Emily begins researching the history of the mirror. Part 3. The Dark History of the Mirror. Emily's search leads her to a local historian, Mr. Hastings, who specializes in occult artifacts. After showing him a photo of the mirror, he immediately recognizes it and becomes visibly uncomfortable. He tells her the mirror is far older than she thinks, dating back to the late 18th century, and was originally owned by a noble family in Eastern Europe known for their involvement in the occult. The mirror, according to legend, was created by a dark sorcerer who used it as a tool to trap spirits and manipulate reality. It was said that anyone who gazed into it for too long would see not only their own reflection but the reflection of their soul's darkest desires. Over the centuries, the mirror passed from owner to owner, each one meeting a tragic end. Suicides, disappearances, and violent deaths followed its trail. Hastings warns Emily to get rid of the mirror immediately, but she knows it won't be that simple. The historian explains that the mirror has the ability to create a shadow self, a dark version of the person who spends too much time in front of it. This shadow self can eventually cross over into the real world, replacing the original person if the connection between them and the mirror becomes too strong. Hastings believes that the strange occurrences Emily is experiencing are signs that her shadow self is growing stronger, feeding on her fears and doubts. Emily leaves, even more frightened than before, realizing that the figure she saw in the reflection, the one standing still while she moved, was her shadow self. Part 4. The Descent into Madness. As the influence of the mirror grows, Emily's sense of reality begins to unravel. The line between the real world and the world within the mirror blurs, and she starts seeing her shadow self more frequently. Sometimes it's just out of the corner of her eye, lingering in reflections, watching her with a sinister smile. Other times, she feels its presence when she's alone, standing just behind her, though it disappears the moment she turns. The reflection in the mirror becomes more active, moving on its own, mimicking her movements but distorting them in strange ways, like laughing silently when she cries, or grinning while she screams in terror. Emily starts losing sleep, haunted by nightmares where she's trapped inside the mirror, looking out at her apartment from the other side while her shadow self lives her life. Her friends notice the change in her behavior. She becomes withdrawn, paranoid, and constantly checks her reflection, terrified of what she might see. Sarah tries to comfort her, but one night, Emily sees something terrifying in the mirror, Sarah's reflection, looking back at her, but with the same cold, dead eyes as her shadow self. She realizes that the mirror's influence is spreading, warping the reflections of others as well. Part 5. The Mirror's True Power. As the blood moon, a rare astronomical event, approaches, the mirror's power intensifies. Emily can no longer trust anything she sees in the mirror or in the real world. Her shadow self appears constantly, mocking her, taunting her with distorted versions of her life. It shows her visions of Sarah and Jack betraying her, of her family abandoning her, and of herself committing horrific acts. One night, after a particularly vivid nightmare where she sees herself trapped inside the mirror while her shadow self takes over her life, Emily decides she can't take it anymore. She grabs a hammer and prepares to destroy the mirror, but the moment she raises it, the reflection of her shadow self speaks to her for the first time. It tells her that if she breaks the mirror, she will be trapped inside it forever, just like all the others before her. The shadow self explains that it has been waiting for years, feeding on her insecurities, doubts, and fears, growing stronger with each glance she took in the mirror. Now, it is ready to take her place in the real world. The mirror shows her a future where her shadow self lives her life, free of fear, while she remains imprisoned behind the glass. Terrified, Emily hesitates, but she knows that she has no choice. In a final act of defiance, she smashes the mirror. Part 6. The Shattered Reality. The mirror shatters into 1,000 pieces, and for a brief moment, Emily feels a sense of relief. But as the shards of glass scatter across the floor, she realizes that something is wrong. Every fragment still shows her reflection, but now, each piece reflects a different version of her, a multitude of shadow selves, all staring back at her with malevolent grins. The room begins to warp, the walls bending and twisting as if the very fabric of reality is breaking apart. Emily stumbles, disoriented, as the world around her starts to dissolve. She sees herself reflected in every surface, windows, water, even the eyes of the people around her, all of them showing her shadow self. In a horrifying twist, Emily realizes that she has not destroyed the mirror. Instead, she has broken the barrier between the world of reflections and the real world. Now, the shadow selves are free, not just her own but those of everyone who has ever gazed into the cursed mirror. The world becomes a distorted, fractured version of itself, where reflections no longer mimic reality but instead reveal the darkest, most twisted parts of the soul. Emily's final moments are spent watching as her shadow self steps out of the shards of glass and into her life. While she is pulled into the endless void behind the mirror, her screams echoing in the dark. Themes and atmosphere. The Mirror That Lies is a psychological horror story that delves into the fear of losing control over one's own identity. The mirror serves as a symbol of self-reflection gone horribly wrong, where instead of seeing who we truly are, we see the darkest, most twisted parts of ourselves staring back. The story plays on the universal fear of doppelgangers and the idea that mirrors might be more than just reflective surfaces, they could be windows.
Thank you for watching. Just like and subscribe.